How's everybody doing today? This is John from Indiana. Welcome to Radio Hounds Tube Radio Restorations channel. Today we're working on the Philco Model 70 and still working on the cabinet. We've got a lot of the stripping done on the main cabinet. Now we're going to be doing a good sand job on the cabinet and getting it ready for staining. And also we had all kind of catastrophes on the front panel, which is a whole separate project right now. And I don't even think, I was going to sand on that a little bit today, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get those patches fixed. I have to redo the patch on the left hand side. And then I also found a bad spot right around where the main knob goes in. So we're going to get that fixed too. Hopefully I can get all that done on this episode today. And then we'll be able to get that panel sanded down next week. All right. I hope you enjoy today. All right, welcome to today's video. I did this off camera because there's a lot of work right here. But I took that piece of veneer that I'd glued on there back off, and I had to do a lot of cutting and thing. And I also had to cut way up into here to get a better bite. Still got maybe a little bit of trimming to do right there, but I just kept running into bad veneer. And so I had to go up in there. I left this piece because it's in really good, but I got to put a new piece in here. And then when I got to looking here, somebody had put, I don't know if you can tell that white color right there, but they had put epoxy in here, and even the whole bottom part right here on the substrate is missing too, and then the whole top piece of veneer, and they had just put epoxy in there and painted it. So when I stripped this, it took all that off, and that's why that was all white right there. So now I got to put the substrate back in, and then I got to put a piece of veneer patch on that too. So there's a lot of patching to do still on the front of this. Then we'll do one more strip on it when we get everybody sanded, or not sanded, but everybody patched. So I'm going to try to get this patched, and then we'll continue on. I'm going to put 2 layers of this substrate. This is the veneer on top, and this is the thicker substrate underneath there. And I just grabbed a couple of little pieces. I broke a piece off, but I think I'm going to have about 2 layers to build that up thick enough, because there's 2 layers missing in this little middle part. So I'm going to do that first, and then I'll glue that in place. All right, I got the piece of substrate in there. I got another little thinner piece of veneer to make this equal, and then I can cut the veneer patch to go over the top of all that, and that should take care of this problem up here by the knob. Now I got to cut my piece that goes down here. All right, guys. Today we're starting on the Philco Model 70 again on the cabinet. A lot has happened since we left this the last video, because I wasn't happy with the what we saw on the bottom there. So off camera, I redid a lot of this. It's not done, but it's in the process of being done. And so I'm going to show you what I did. I did this yesterday, and it'll show up on the video. But I re-put a new piece in here, and I think it moved on me too. But wow, I'd hate to have to do that 3 times. I'm not doing it 3 times. I'm not going to invest that much time in this thing. Also, remember that middle piece that was bad right there? With that middle piece that was bad, it had double deep here, so I had to fill in this hole first. And then when I'm going to have to try to sand that a little bit, and then I'll put a new piece of veneer patch right there. But even when I clamped this one right here, you can see it left a little bit of a gap there, but I think I can sand that down and get it close. If not, I'll wood fill it, because I'm done with this thing. I got 2 little pieces of veneer to put right here, and that's what we're going to do first. We're going to put one here and one here, and that's what I'm going to do right off the bat. And this is my pattern that I had for it, so we're just going to take that, cut that, and get it ready. All right, and I have a nice little piece of veneer I've been using right here. I'm going to try to just mimic that. I'm going to mimic that angle. It's such a small piece, I can't really go wrong here. I'm having trouble hanging on to my stuff. That thing flipped and I don't know where it went. Well, we'll try it again. I'm going to cut off a good piece right here, maybe. I got me one there. Make sure you're still in the shot. Here you are. All right, so we'll get this little piece stuck in there. I'm really upset that that piece did not get put in there properly. I just flipped that out of there. Where did it go? Third time's a charm, guys. This one little patch has kicked my butt, hasn't it? Get your wet rag here and all right, so I got one more place to try to get done up here. And that's this place. Well, I got two because I got to do the one on the other side too. Okay. I think what I'm going to have to do is I have to mark this one like that. And hopefully I can get one of these to hold up long enough to, I'm going to try to cut a little piece of that out of there. All right, I got that piece cut. I don't know if it's going to fit or not, but I'm going to try to test fit it here and see. Coming a little bit off on this top corner here. We're going to call that a win. If I can get it in there without breaking it. I know there's not a lot of talking here, but it's just going to take a little concentration to get this going. So I'm going to get this clamped on, then we'll go onto that piece right there. Got my clamps laying right here. All right, now let's make our pattern for this piece right here. All right, I can use this little piece of paper to make that same pattern. Before I glue that in there, I gotta sand that other part that I put underneath there, which I did off camera. It's an odd shape, as you can see. It's kind of unusual shape. All right, let's get this sanded. What it is, I had to put a little patch in here, so underneath this, I gotta make sure that that's flush. What I'm doing is one side's just a little bit high, and I don't want that to make the veneer bubble up there. All right, let's get this patch cut out. Remember to cut to the inside of the patch. All right, let's see if I can get a piece cut out that weird shape. Keeping let's see, the grain's going this way on this one. So the point, the grain will be like that. I have a feeling this thing's going to split apart on me. It's really wanting to. Trying to keep it all together, but not doing a good job. There when I almost lost a piece right there. I don't know, we're going to see if this will work. If I can save that little piece sticking out there. That part's good. All right, try it. This will be the third time I've tried to do this now. We was out in the sun and my phone overheated in the sun, and so I had to it cut my video off. I don't know really where I lost you at, but I'll figure all that in editing. But that piece I was trying to get cut, and I was trying to put that on out there. I got that little patch in there, and then I got this piece on here now, and I got some weight on top of that because I can't reach a clamp in there to get to it. And so I'm putting pretty heavy weight on there with a little angle iron there. So we're just going to let that guy ride for a while till those pieces get settled in. And then I'm going to try to sand this down again. I know I'm going to see a crack right there because of the way I put that piece on wrong again. But I got a little bit of a gap there, and I'm just going to try to see if I can get that sanded down. Maybe I can fill that little gap right there. But I let it slide back on me. But if nothing else, we got a whole new piece in there, and if that don't work, I'll cut the whole darn thing out and put a new one in again. Not what I wanted to do, not the way I wanted to do it, but this veneer is like paper thin right there, and it's really hard to do. It's just, technically this whole front needed to be re-veneered, but I'm not going to put that kind of money into it. All right, so we're going to see if this will work, and if it'll get us through, then that's what we're going to do, and if not, we'll back up and do it again. All right, while we're doing that, I'm going to bring the main body out here, and we're going to work on it. All right, guys, this is the main body. I'll show you what it looks like after most of that has dried off of there where I did the stripper on there, and as you can see, it looks pretty darn good. So we're going to start a little bit of hand sanding on the top. The only reason I'm doing that is there's a seam right here, and I don't want to do anything to damage that seam. So I'm not going to run the electric sander over that seam. And I'm not going to run too much electric sander over the other patch seam that we had. I'm going to do most of that by hand. Because wherever you did that, it's going to be a little thinner. And you don't want to try to stay away from that if you can. That patch turned out pretty good. Be right back. Sorry, my wife just pulled up from work, so I had to stop the video for a second. I'm going to continue on now. There's still a little bit of damage right there on top, but I'm going to leave that. I think I can tone all that out. I'm going to use my electric sander now, and I'm going to try to hit this other side and see how much we can get of these little black lines off. I don't know if you can see this. I might have to raise you up a little bit. Now all I'm doing here is, all I'm trying to do is get the last bit of that finish off of there, and I'm just letting the weight of the sander sit on there. I'm not putting any pressure at all on it, so because I know this veneer is not super thick. And then, give me a minute, I'll be right back. Well, I don't know how long I've been going on this one, but I sanded out this side because I keep losing my camera. But I sanded it. I'm just doing light hand sanding right here. And I don't want to go any deeper on this backside because there's nail holes where they've nailed, and there's veneer so thin, so we're going to just let that ride. And now I'm doing this edge, and This has been a fight to try to keep this stupid phone going out here. It's overheating on me, and every time it overheats, it shuts off. So it's frustrating me. Now there's a piece of veneer that sits along this backside, but I'm not going to replace that. There's pieces missing out of it. You won't ever see it. So, all right, I'll turn it like that so you can see. Now I'm just doing this rail right here. This is a little heavier grit. Okay. And with this canvas back sandpaper, you can make it like a little U and get right down in that groove. That's what I like about the canvas back stuff. And that side's pretty good now. Use a 180 grit here and try to hit this one more time. Okay, I'm happy with that side. Let's get this other rails on this side. Then we'll start working on that front. Am I still on camera? Hey, it's staying on this time. I'm not too worried about getting this perfect down here because I'm going to be putting a coat of dark on there, so all that'll be hidden. I just want to get it where it's not real rough. Have to keep looking at it a little bit, make sure I'm still filming. I didn't think the heat, I'm in the edge of the garage now, and I didn't think it would still bother it in here. Like I say, at one time there was a piece of veneer right along this side on the inside there, but I'm not going to replace that. So if I was doing this for a showpiece for somebody, yeah, I probably would. Just trying to get the rest of the little lines off here. The only part bad on this patch back here is that it had a little chip out where I had to stick my thing in there to, but I'm going to fill that in a minute. Okay, so we got that. Now let's get this front. I think I can run the sander on this flat part, so we're going to try that first. All right, the rest is, I hope my neighbor just decided to start mowing his yard. So I don't know what you're going to hear of this. This is going to be a bad video. Oh well. There's a little black spot right here, but I think that's where I had a little bit of finish on my sandpaper on my palm sander, and it just took a piece off and got it stuck. So I think we're going to be all right there. And then over here, there's cracking involved because the front of this was cracked real bad. I got most of that sanded out too. This is actually, I think, if I don't screw something up, I don't want to jinx myself. I better wait. But these patches are blending in really good. You can't even hardly tell where I put them. I get this sandpaper at Harbor Freight. It's got the canvas back on it. It is awesome. And you can see I got all that finish off of there now on the flat part. I'm going to go ahead and use this kind, the 80 grit on the front of these, because this is a different kind of wood and it's easier to work with. And then I'll go to the 180 after I get most of it off. So you can be a little more aggressive out here. Sure, I'm still filming. I am. It's funny when you decide to make a video, all the things that happen. I got my grandson, my son, and his wife over here right now. They're in the swimming pool, so they come and in the middle of that. My wife got off work. She came in the middle of that. So I don't know how this video is going to turn out. It may be good, may be bad. I don't know. But you're here with me, and this is how real life goes. So, doing this front edge now. Now, what I'm planning on doing, I may or may not do it, but I'm planning on darkening the groove parts of these just to make them stand out a little bit better. I did that on another Philco I did, and it looked really nice. So if I can possibly pull that off, that's what I'm going to do. Sorry, I have to lay this thing this way to get to those where I glued that on. And I'm hoping I can fill that because that's not good there. See what you're seeing. Yeah, I'm in this front top piece right now. My wife, she's got a couple customers coming here in a minute, so they're going to be pulling up too. And my neighbor decides to start mowing his yard, which, you know, it's Saturday, he's got to mow his yard. But I was hoping I could get this video done earlier. And life didn't help that because I had a visitor. And so it's just one of them things. Okay, turn that back around so you can see better. Now I'm doing this inside curve right here. I'm not too worried about getting down in the deep grooves here because I want them to be a little darker anyway. I want those grooves all to stand out. And the flat part of this to be a little lighter. I don't know if that makes sense. Nothing else, I know what I mean. Like I say, cabinets are not my thing, but I still do my own. It's not something I started this YouTube channel for. You're not going to learn how to do a good cabinet from me. I hope you understand that. You're going to learn how to do a cabinet, but not how to do a good one. You want to learn how to do a good one, you watch Fred Taylor or Gary Maker or all them guys. Those guys are good. Hold on. All right, I'm back. Had to take care of something for wifey real quick. Anyway, I'm just about in good shape here. Got a little bit more trim to do. I got to sand around this part and the insides of these. Like I say, I'm not getting real good in these because I'm going to be putting something dark down in there anyway. I'm just making sure there ain't nothing bumpy or that's going to show up after you put that on there. Okay, I'm trying to get the inside of this one, and then I'll be able to go around the inside of that other one. And the last place we'll go is around the outside edge of all of it. And I think we'll have this cabinet kind of ready to put some stuff back on it. I'm going to run my 180 grit back over top of this too, just make it softer. You can kind of see how paper thin this is because even right there on that edge, it already starting to clip off. So if I sand any more on that edge, we're just going to lose our veneer on that edge. It's that thin. So I'm being real careful here. And I'm going to darken that anyway, so hopefully that won't show up. I think I can hide all that. More now on these edges, I'm just trying to get them to where they don't have bumps or anything on them. Yeah, that veneer is gone almost. trying to clean up this little edge right here. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I'm trying to clean up this edge so it's nice and straight. That's the main thing. I don't want to go too far in because, like I say, the veneer is starting to come off on the edge. It's that paper thin. All right, I think I'm gonna let that ride. I'm just gonna get this 180 grit and go over the top of this real quick, make sure it's nice and smooth. Okay, I haven't quite figured out exactly how I'm gonna go about this, but I am gonna go about it. All right. And this thing's got tons of battle scars. Okay, let's look at that. I got a little bit right there I missed. Like I say, my plan is to try to darken all that anyway. All right. As you can see, it's pretty good shape. This cabinet is okay. Like I say, it's got cracks in the top and stuff like that, but they're not all the way through. It's just kind of cracked in the wood. And when I get that finish on there, it'll hide all that. I'm gonna darken this. I'm gonna darken the inside of this. Okay, I'm gonna darken just the deep part of the grooves right here, and I'm gonna darken the base on it. I don't know if I'm gonna darken the outside edge. I think I'm gonna leave it the regular color. I think it'll just look better that way. We'll have to see on that. So what I'm gonna do next time is I'll start doing the dark parts of this and painting that. This front is a lot worse shape than the other stuff. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to sand it down again. This right here, I'm going to have to cut that little piece out there and put a new tip in. My tip broke out. This part right here went pretty good. So I just got a little bit right on the edge. I got to put another piece in there. But I'm going to go ahead and try to hit this top. I can tell you right now, we're going to have trouble with this. I really don't know what to do about this top because right there, I'm not even going to hit that with a sander on this time because that right there is coming loose. I'm going to have to get some glue underneath that and get it clamped. I'm worried about this whole thing coming apart. Because I just got to get a light sand to get the rest of this ready. But I can't do it with that veneer that loose. All right, so I'm going to get that clamp back on and we'll go from there. All right, I'm going to go ahead and try to sand a little bit on this good stuff. All right, just that little bit of sanding knocked that piece clear out of there. That's what happens with a lot of these. They're just so far gone that, so I have to wait till this other glue dries and then glue that back in. I know it looks like I'm aggressively sanding, but really I'm even holding the weight of the sander off of here. There is so much wrong with this top, or this front. It ain't funny. Just trying to get the worst of it. And the rest of this I'm going to do with the hand sanding. I just wanted to do enough where you could see what I'm going for here. I am going to have to totally rebuild this piece here in the middle. I thought it was pretty close to breaking anyway. It's better to go ahead and have it break and glue it back and get it fixed now instead of later on in the radio. Got one little dark spot right here that I can't seem to get out. I didn't want to sand it anymore with the power sander. This part's coming out pretty good though. If I can get the bottom to turn out this good, we'll be all right. Right here is where all our problems are. And that little piece right there. All right, we're going to let that ride. Between now and the next video, I'll already have this piece glued back in. We'll have this done top up. And then I got to cut that little piece out there and get that glued back in. I think I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna cut that out here because you got to have a big enough piece to glue back in there, and that ain't even glued in right now. So, but I think that's gonna work for us. So. This video on a better note, I guess, because it has so many problems. But as you can see, we got the cabinet in pretty good shape. There's some more sanding you could do, but I'm not going to. And then that's the main cabinet. And then out here, I got the top portion of this cabinet all done. Still got a lot of work to do on the bottom of that and fix that spot. but we are heading in the right direction on it, and probably another video, at least sometime, probably this next video, I'll be doing some my dark colors on there. All right, hope you enjoyed this today. Thank you. Tell your friends about it. Well, I hope you enjoyed that today. We accomplished pretty much everything we planned to get done today. Next week we'll be getting the front panel sanded down, getting it ready for stain. If there's any part of that, the main body of the cabinet that still needs to be worked on, we'll finish that last little bit up. There might be a little bit of filling and stuff like that. And then the next week we'll probably be doing our staining, get our staining on. So I hope you guys hang here with me. We're gonna pretty soon have a pretty decent looking cabinet. The other thing that we haven't really talked about is the grill cloth. I haven't made up my mind whether I'm gonna put the grill cloth in or leave the one we had. We'll make that decision here in the next couple weeks. All right, make sure you tell your friends about us, like and subscribe, and always check. Even if you say I've already subscribed, but even if you have, I find that a lot of times people I know I subscribe to, and I look down there and I'm not subscribed, so I don't know, sometimes it kicks you out. Just every once in a while check, make sure you're still subscribed, and that'll definitely help the channel. I appreciate you. Thank you. I just want to close out all my videos with this right here. This is my my motto, and it's going to be our channel motto from now on. It's sometimes you win and sometimes you learn. We don't ever want to lose. We want to learn from every mistake we made. I thank you guys for watching. Who you are?
My name is Zane.
All right, Zane, and who are you to me? Are you my grandson?
Yes.
Okay, how old are you now?
6.
All right. Zane is over here swimming today while I'm doing videoing for my YouTube channel, and he is going to show you how he does a big cannonball into this pool, okay? So in just a second, Zane, we're going to back out here a little bit, and I'm going to get you on there, and we're getting ready to jump in the pool. Ready, set, do it. Do a flip, yeah. There you go, Zane. I'm ready. All right. That was beautiful. That was beautiful, man. All right, tell him, say bye to him. All right.